Hello, welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to be looking at all the wrestling news from Friday. We start with Austin Aries, who wrote a tweet about the wrestling industry, saying the industry has too many people playing wrestler instead of actually being one. It's a mentality thing that isn't being taught. Hashtag the truth. Okay, fair enough. And then we go to the massive story that Jim Johnston, the music producer for WWE for the last 32 years, has been released by the company. It was Theme Titan, who is dedicated to releasing news around him, said that he's been released. We then have massive updates on that. Themers United put out a statement on Twitter saying, with great sadness we confirm that WWE has released composer Jim Johnston, deciding not to renew his contract that expired today. He was very keen to keep working with the company that he has tirelessly served for 32 years. In further news, our source in New York confirmed that the removal from Jim's company has been ongoing, wish of Neil Laurie, John Elkerson and Michael Laurie, FCO $ for some time. So they wanted to get rid of him. Jim has still had influences on certain aspects of WWE musical output, even though FCO $ has been the main composers for the Superstar entrance theme since 2012. They totally want to overhaul WWE's music output and replace all Jim Johnston's creations with their own. Knowing Jim's department on the cards, they already started remaking Jim's music, with the Kane theme being the first instance of this occurrence. Therefore, you can expect all of his music to be remade or replaced entirely in due course. Our contact confirms that Jim was the person who spearheaded the Uncaged series. Will Jim no longer working with WWE? The Uncaged series will not continue. Themers United are aware that Jim's release was imminent, so attempting to try and show how beloved Jim was with our recent poll and creation of a Twitter account. But unfortunately that was to no avail. Sorry. So yeah, he's gone. Sorry, I had to read the whole facts, which is kind of sad. It's not been confirmed by WWE yet, but it's kind of like rock solid news that he's gone now, which is sad, but we'll have to move on. And then there's rumoured matches for a Rumble, which is Kane vs Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. And there's also there's currently hasn't been talking to WWE about doing a Women's Royal Rumble match at the pay-per-view, apparently, and Brock Lesnar expected to be part of the show, and it's possibility that the Universal title will not be on the line in his match. And the Singh brothers are working live events over this weekend. There's reports that they're just going to be sent back to NXT or given something else to do instead of being released like James Ellsworth. Fair enough. I don't think they should get released for nothing, so good on them. And during an Impact Wrestling media call, Alberto El Patron commented on Paige's return. It's fantastic. It's just about time. I used to say all the time, people forget that she had neck surgery, screws behind her neck. That's the reason why she was out of the business, taking time to recover from something like that, and she started working really hard for a big comeback, and now she's there. She's doing what she has been doing since the beginning of her career in WWE. She's killing it. She's been doing a fantastic job. She's doing a fantastic job. Like I said before, I'll say it again, she has the potential to be the most successful diva of all time. We have got to give her time. Apart from the use of the word diva, not women's wrestler, his statement's spot on. He hasn't confirmed whether they're associated anymore. Are they friends? Are they couple? Who the hell knows what's going on there? But at least if they are not together, he's keeping it very civil and a professional relationship, even though they're in different companies, which is good. And Lana revealed on Twitter that she's blocked over 500 people, including NoDQ.com, by the way, the website I'm reading this on, and she'll continue to do so. She said, I just blocked 500 people and will block more of you if you keep tweeting ignorance at me. So if you send something she doesn't like, she'll block you. Depends what they are, but if it's just basic stuff, then eh. And then, according to 1 Hour Tees on Twitter, the Bullet Club has sold 417,430 t-shirts in a 4-month period. Nearly 500,000 t-shirts for an independent wrestling team. That's absolutely phenomenal, to be fair. And prior to the Riot Squad debuting on SmackDown Live, Charlotte was reportedly scheduled to have a feud with Tamina Snuka. The idea would be a battle of the two second-generation wrestlers. I'm really glad that didn't go through because Tamina's quite, And then we go straight to John Cena being sued by Ford Motor Company. Yes, really. He allegedly resold a custom 2017 GT car for profit, which violated a contract that he signed. According to the lawsuit, Cena was selected from thousands of applicants to be the opportunity to purchase the Ford GT, but he was supposed to keep the car for a 2-year period prior to selling it. The Ford rep said regarding the matter, Mr. Cena had unfairly made a large profit from the unauthorised sale flip of the vehicle, and Ford has suffered additional damage and losses, including, but not limited to, loss of brand value and ambassador activity and customer goodwill due to the improper sale. That sounds like a load of bollocks to me, but whatever. Go for it. I don't know how far you'll get with a lawsuit here, but I'm not ready to talk about lawsuits, but good luck, Cena, I guess. Good luck, Ford. Let's just hope you just deal with it out of court. Just pay the bloody money, whatever, Cena. It's not like you spare money, is it? It's not like you need the money. Oh, and Leo Rush is not released from WWE. He won a match at NXT Live event in Lakeland, Florida. This was the 30th, so a couple of days ago. Why am I so late on this news? I don't know. But yeah, at least he's not released. And then we've got a whole massive issue with Pete Dunne, Fit Finlay, and Vince Russo. The spot at NXT where Tyler Bate got flipped off the top rope into Pete Dunne, who did a powerbomb. Vince Russo said, yeah, that would happen in a match if the match was real. Suspension of disbelief is forever gone in professional wrestling. That's why all the casuals went bye-bye. Only the marks and the kids remain. Pete Dunne said, if you're worried about suspension of disbelief, you wouldn't tweet stuff like that. # hypocrisy. Fit Finlay then went to Pete Dunne in his defence, saying, don't let idiots try to keep themselves relevant and you couldn't put a headlock on derail you on your journey. Fast talking loudmouth, yes you, Vince Russo. Vince responded, because I'm a wrestling fan of 45 years, I have the opportunity to equate of being an idiot who's trying to stay relevant. No. Reason to insult me because your opinion differs from mine. Exact what reason why WWE has lost all casual fans this same kind of disrespect over their opinion. They still have casual fans. You can't tell me that 3 million people are just marks and kids. You've got casual fans. And then Fit Finlay said, I never told you my opinion. Why deflate young guys navigating their way through this business? Real easy to save them from injury and allow them to prolong their careers and make money in the business as long as they do possibly can. Is that a bad reason, Fit? I'm not trying to deflate anyone, actually cart about them. I agree with protecting them. I don't agree with putting them down on social media. Neither do I. Pete Dunne is one of the best wrestlers in the world today. I'm not going to lie. He's fantastic and I love the guy. So yeah, that move was sweet as well. And with the news that Impact Wrestling is backing away from the broken gimmick, Matt Hardy posted a video teaser of his return with a description on YouTube saying, it has begun. The 7 divinities have awoken my broken brilliance. On the plane identified as WWE, Senior Benjamin procured my coat of battle. The Great War has begun. And posted a video on Twitter, on Facebook, that YouTube. That was the caption. I have watched the video. It's an awesome. Yeah, this is the I've got in the background. It's got him doing hand gestures.
Senor, procure my coat of battle. What? Whoa.
That was great. I'm not gonna lie. I only skimmed through it because I've already watched it, which is amazing. And in addition to that, the Vanguard 1 Twitter account has been active for the first time since February, just posting like a boot up screen. Yes, it is wonderful. Yes, we will delete the competition. I'm sorry, I'm super excited this could happen. And then Laura Van Ness has reportedly asked for a release from Impact Wrestling following the most recent sets of tapings. While nothing has been made official yet, the belief is that her request has been granted. She has been heavily involved in storylines at the most recent taping, so this might affect Impact if it is true. More news on that. Eddie Edwards' current deal is reportedly expired in February 2018. Matt Sydal has signed an Impact Wrestling contract. Impact Wrestling has closed their offices in Nashville, and with Thursday being the last day of operation, whether that's the Thursday just gone or next Thursday, that is unclear. The company will continue to run the business operations in the Toronto, Canada area, and Laura Vaness has not addressed the reports on social media, and her current deal with Impact runs until summer 18. So who the hell knows what's going on? But if that is true, that's another top star Impact. That's not good, guys. And then Cesaro opened up about teaming with Sheamus. He said, the moment I found out I was teaming with Sheamus was the moment the fans did. It was when Mick Foley announced it on Monday Night Raw. I didn't know much before that, and actually everything you saw on TV, and even before the Best of 7 series, was essentially art imitating life. Sheamus and I did have a rivalry and then became a team. We went from being working adequates to becoming best friends. That's what makes this team so special and what makes the fans connect with us, that they're part of the whole journey with me and Sheamus. It is, I love the team. And then we have Dolph Ziggler opening us up about his WWE frustrations. He was on the Edge and Christian podcast and then started, I hate it, but I'm also someone who I hate that I'm not the champion. I hate that the show is not about me, because that's the mentality you should have if you're in the business. That if you're the, hey, I want to be the opening guy who works for 10 years, saves a bunch of money guy, that's great. But there's 1,000 other guys in the back that saying, I want to be the best, I want to main event WrestleMania, I want the show to be about me. So you have to have the mentality, but you also have. I've been around enough to know the score, to know what's going on. So I hate being in that position. I think I should be in the bigger part of the show, but so does everyone. And he talks about win-loss record in the company. You get past over a handful of times over a couple of years, then you start to have more of the cult following, and it gets hot. But after a couple of years of not having the trigger pulled and the 8-year-old kids now knowing that you're in that role, I noticed at the last 2 years that even my live event matches are a little hard for me to do my job, because when you come out and the 10-year-old kid goes, I know you're losing, we go, ah, crap. Damn. I said this to the boss on several occasions. I made a career out of almost never winning, which was awesome, but at some point I have to be seen as someone who could win without pulling the needle out of the haystack or lottery ball out, because that loses all of the luster. He also needs to figure out if he wants to stay with WWE, walk away for at least the period of time. I feel a lot of my cries are falling on deaf ears, and I have to change. 2 years ago, when my contract was up, I told them I was out. They convinced me to sign a new deal after they told me to stay and help out. I mean, I love WWE. They treat me well and pay me well. I travel around the world. It's great. It's great at live events. I get the time and do whatever the hell I want and tear the house down. But something is telling me, again, when this contract's up, that I need to go away. I hate that I might have to go away, but I have to. Damn, Dolph. I get that. I really get that, mate. Now, I'm going to wrap this newsroom episode up because 1, it's really long, and 2, I only have a 15-minute limit to upload off my phone. So that is the Wrestling Newsroom. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give this video a like. Please subscribe to see more AJ Smiles. That way, yeah. And I'll catch you later.